Yeah, let some more people get up in here. Hey, when y'all come in, hit the like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Oh, let me see. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Dolores? Yeah, but like I was saying, I want to just get right into it. I'm gonna do this live because a lot of people gotta understand something. Is CJ So Cool uses his family as a way to mask a lot of the things that he does, and he's using God the same way, and I really think it's despicable. Hey, I really think it's crazy that he uses God as a means to literally, trick people and making them believe that he's godly and spiritual. That's one thing I just don't want to deal with at all. That's an individual that's willing to go above and beyond to prove that he's not something that he actually presented himself to be. And that's the issue with CJ So Cool. It's called being a spiritual, bypasser, using God. Yeah, exactly. Like the Bible actually states, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. Hey, what's up, Bill Cabin? Using God, for profit. Yeah, you know what it is? Just like the Pharisees and the scribes. They did that back then with Christ. Because you know what they wanted Christ to do? Prophesy to us smooth things. They want to hear lies. They don't want to hear the truth. And that's what's up with CJ So Cool right now. I really think it's crazy because he wasn't preaching yet. Exactly, Queen. Because at the end of the day, with that God's plan, I was going to make that connection too. I was really going to make that connection. I'm glad you brought that up. Because you got to think about it. Christian Rock is doing that whole God's plan the same way CJ So Cool is using God with this situation with Jalea or other situations as well. It's to gaslight, it's to let people look past your faults and everything you do. Yeah, and it's funny, he made a video gambling. You're right about that, the Aria. Yeah, you're right about that. He's in a new video gambling, but he was talking about God. In the whole video he just uploaded. In the casino, gambling. Oh yeah, I gotta check it out then, Queen. Because you can't literally be saying you for God, but you up there gambling in the casino at the same time. You cannot make this shit up. He can talk about everybody crazy and say he going to church, so everything is exactly. But there's a lot of people that do that. It's a lot of people that try to get closer to God, but they do it in such a phony way. I don't know. To be fair, gambling takes faith. Well, I'll put it like this: gambling is up to chance. It's not always up to. It's not up to fate, because gambling is taking a risk. Because it's nothing certain about gambling. It's nothing certain about that. It's gambling is a risk that you take, and you're trying to basically test your luck on the universe itself. And remember, the Bible even states that not to tempt God. If you're tempting God, then that's trying to force him to bless you. At the end of the day, you don't want to do that. And I was looking at, I'm gonna upload a video that I'm gonna do with Kenneth, because I think CJ So Cool. I know a lot of y'all was putting in the comments how he uses his brother and his wife and his family members. He pays them. Now I'm not certain with the payment, because I believe Kenneth would do anything to be in CJ So Cool's good graces. He'll do anything. Why we blacks always bringing it? Nah, Dominica, what you're saying? It's not that we're trying to tear down an individual. You know what's crazy? That a person that can have that amount of status, that level, and did you see his grandma's house? Did you see his grandmother's house, Dominica? When you're saying that we're tearing down somebody, I'm not trying to tear down anyone. I believe that CJ at one point in time was the pinnacle of black YouTube celebrity. I believe he had the ability to surpass everyone a few years back. So at the end of the day, I'm not trying to tear him down. I just hate to see a person that had such an amazing chemistry with his family and his stepchildren, whatever the case may be, and he decided to just destroy it all. How come nobody never looks at CJ So Cool and his faults? It's like y'all just blind to it. I understand you can be fanned out. You can be fanned out all day, but you have to understand that somebody that is literally gaslighting situations, never owning up and taking accountability, that's another thing. And you know how you uplift someone? Somebody's not playing with God. How you sitting there saying you for God, but you believe in zodiac signs? How you saying you for God and you celebrate holidays? The Bible actually states, do not give in to man tradition. You're not supposed to give it over to man tradition. Man tradition is what? It's holidays. It's things of that nature. So if you really for God, you got to really be for God. You can't just believe in one part of the Bible. You got to believe in all of it if you really believe it. And then you go to church and one day and you say you for God. So that to me is just wild. But like I said before, look how he did. When I upload this video about Kenneth that a lot of people overlooked, y'all gonna see what I mean. This dude literally tears down his brother and his wife, tears down everybody in his family, just so he can feel good about himself. Look what he said about royalty. Think about this. He literally said that he had nowhere to go. That's the only reason he decided to be a royalty. And you're saying that we're tearing down someone. How can we tear down somebody who won't take accountability? Nobody told him to broadcast his family. Nobody told him to be wishy-washy and don't be a person that can be on 10 toes. We're not doing that. That's this guy. He literally claimed that he had nowhere to go. Yeah, CJ talks trash about everyone. Exactly. Look at debates and look at Bait 100. This dude ain't said a word about CJ for over like 2 years. He went and became a truck driver to get it how he live. And you need to tell me CJ So Cool calls him out of nowhere because he beefing with CJ on 32s just so he can come back to the internet and say, oh yeah, Bates was saying that CJ on 32s don't do nothing for him. And then Bait had to come out with a video and say, what is he talking about? Anytime we needed anything, CJ on 32s would be there. He would literally pay for anything we needed. So that is nonsense when somebody say, oh yeah, man, he just be, we tearing down our church. No, he's tearing down his people by behaving that way. Why would you talk trash about your baby mama on live? Why would you talk trash so your kids can grow up one day and see you talking trash about their mother? Hey, when y'all come in, hit the like button. And please, guys, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. All y'all got to do is hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. There's 96 of y'all in here. Hit that like button. It shouldn't be no reason. It takes like 1 second for y'all to hit the like button. It takes like 1 second for y'all to subscribe to the channel. It's like, it takes literally nothing for y'all to subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. 83 of y'all in here. But like I said before, yeah, he's trying to divide and conquer. That's what happened with Bates. He was literally trying to turn Bates against CJ on 32s. CJ is trying to divide. So at the end of the day, how I look at it, when people keep saying, why are we doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Let me tell you something. I'm not biased. I look at things from all angles. I'm not finna say that, oh yeah, royalty is 100% innocent. CJ is 100% innocent. This person don't do no wrong. I'm not like that. I look at things from a factual standpoint. Yeah, and CJ then literally, let me tell you something. He said he was going to have his daughter for the summer. He said that the reason why he made basically Kamari go back to Gary, Indiana was because of royalty. But then I got video proof of him saying that, oh, Kamari is a monster. She stole out of my wallet. This girl literally was disrespecting Lexi. And he let Lexi call her whatever she wanted to. He let Lexi do whatever to Kamari, and he had no problem with it. But if somebody else would have said it, if Royalty would have said it, he would have had an issue. My thing is this: you can't be biased. You got to be across the board. How you gonna say I'm gonna have her this summer? You never brought her up. Then you said you would never bring your twins. You would never bring your twins to Gary, Indiana. What you mean you would never take them to Gary, Indiana? See, but you allow your daughter to go there and have a rough life. You allow your daughter to go there and not have the benefits of being with an individual who can provide a healthy lifestyle for them. But y'all always say, oh man, that's wrong. Like that, why you want to tear out somebody? No, this dude literally blamed the kids for the shooting. Do people forget that? First it was Royalty, then Lexi is the problem. Yeah, exactly. Was it Royalty, then it's Lexi, and then it's somebody else. But one thing y'all got to pay attention to, he blamed the kids for the shooting at one point. And what y'all don't understand, as a child, when you're on YouTube in this day and age, when you go to school, everybody got a phone. Everybody got apps. Everybody can make memes out of you. Everybody can talk shit about you. You know how much trash that was being said about Jalea, Leon, and the rest of them, but all he can say is they dress like bums. All they can say is, oh, they don't look like how they look when they was with me. Make sure when y'all come in, hit the like button, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you ain't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. All you got to do is hit that button. Yeah, they forget he blamed. Yeah, he literally blamed. Like, you got to think about when you put something like that on the internet during an active investigation. You know how crazy that is? That the cops could have literally went to Royalty and the kids and made their life a living hell. See, I'm not just thinking about it from, oh yeah, man, they do wrong too. No, there's next level of things. There's things that's upper echelon that you shouldn't do. You don't blame children for a shooting and you think that they ain't gonna have psychological trauma. You don't think they're gonna have psychological issues? Because you going to school, I bet kids in the school was like, oh yeah, y'all shot y'all stepdaddy. Y'all did this, y'all did that. I bet they were sitting there like, damn, man, this dude literally said we did this. They probably couldn't even go to school no more. Yeah, exactly. House did their job, but CJ can't let it go. Exactly. You right about that. The cops literally did their job. They did their investigation. They had detectives. They did everything they needed to do to make sure that they got and apprehended the correct people. But you still what you trying to have them reopen up the case? You want them to go arrest Royalty, go arrest Leon, go arrest, I don't understand CJ's motives. What you want them to do? Reopen up the case? Well, my thing is this. Then don't act crazy when somebody put a case against you. This is what I was telling somebody earlier. Now, with the claims with Jalea, like I said before, I don't want to discredit her. Channel video, yeah. Channel video, there you go. Yeah. At the end of the day, the people lean to the shooting. Exactly. Which is where Lexi asks. Hey, I don't know. At the end of the day, when it comes down to that, like I said, that's ambiguous. You got to I always say, let the proper authorities handle these situations. But CJ's a clown. He tried to make the excuse that he allowed his grandmother to stay in that house, that the roof was falling apart. Think about it. CJ on 32 is confirmed. This dude damn near made literally almost $500,000 in 1 month. Now imagine when he was on top of his game with Royalty, when he was making probably close to $700,000, $800,000. You mean to tell me everybody in your family couldn't benefit from giving them like $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 to put down on the house? When y'all come and hit that like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel. They couldn't benefit from them giving them $70,000, $80,000 to put down on their dream house? You mean to tell me your grandmama, you had to force her to get a car? I don't believe none of that. If y'all watched the video when CJ was in So Cool Land, when his grandma came up and she wanted a car, he gonna make the excuse that, oh, she ain't want nothing fancy. He bought her a $10,000 car. But you allowed her to stay in that house when you could have just said, you know what, grandma, since I love you so much, I already bought you a house. Here's the keys. I feel bad for everyone that's attacking the child. Yeah, at the end of the day, like I said before, anybody that's a parent, I'm a parent. I'm not going to discredit what Jalea is doing. I kind of just, you know, when she got on Instagram and she did a little thing like, this girl finna ruin your career, I just wanted her to be a little bit more, you know, stay off the internet. If things like that are happening and we got an investigation going, don't even go on the internet. Don't allow somebody to use something against you and make it seem unbelievable. Do I believe Nike really had an accident? Well, that's interesting. You know why? It's funny. I had a theory about that. Mimi, I had a theory about that because how come right around the time this guy is getting these allegations and Nike gets into a car accident, that the car was smacked around and all that, he said all through the highway and she survived. And let me tell you what's funny about Nike. If you watch that video with Nike, with CJ So Cool, Nike was more concerned about the car than her own life. She was sitting there, CJ was like, girl, ain't you happy to be alive? And she was like, yeah, I'm happy to be alive, but the car. And I know why she was saying that, because she wanted CJ to buy her another car, but he can't afford it at the moment. He gambling the rest of his money away. And yo, yeah, and everybody that keeps saying tearing down a black man or whatever, right? You mean to tell me the black man that spent $1,000 on Lexi on dinner dates, $100,000 or more, probably 300,000, but he got his brothers and his grandma and everybody living in a tore down house or paying rent, when you can literally own multiple condos, houses, mansions with the amount of money he was making in his prime? You're saying, and I like CJ, I see. Yeah, no, think about it for a moment. You mean to tell me an individual that made close to 500,000 when he was about to fall off, he couldn't buy his family? I don't know if y'all got houses out there, let me know. If y'all actually was able to buy a house with your income, let me know, because I'm gonna tell you what's interesting. When you have knowledge of these things, see, CJ got a lot of kid followers, so they don't really understand. If you bought a house, you know what it is to be a first-time home buyer. You understand that you can put a down payment on a home for with only $10,000. Well, a first-time home buyer, as long as you got your credit is good and you got that money sitting in the account for about 6 months and you're able to build it up, you can even get, like, there's other ways to get your credit up and this and that, but I don't want to get into that. But what I'm saying is, you mean to tell me CJ So Cool, for a first-time home buyer, he couldn't give his family $60,000 for one house, $60,000 for another, $60,000 for another, but you could spend $100,000 on dinner dates that amounted to a woman that you broke up with? You ain't even with her no more. Where's the $100,000 benefiting anyone? And this dude had all this money. Where's his land? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Lifestyle with Lakita. That's what I'm talking about. Because at the end of the day, all you need is $10,000. This dude made close to $500,000 on the way out. When he sold the channel, and even when he sold the channel for the 70% that he sold it for, he still had enough money to buy his family a mansion. You got rappers that didn't even make that amount of money that then bought they family a mansion to stay in, all they family. He couldn't even buy just one big ass mansion for Kenneth, his auntie, his mama. Even though I got something else with Simple Michelle, I ain't gonna even get into that. But Simple Michelle, she's not even a mother at all, but she has some weird complex about herself that she believes that she can give her 2 cents. I don't really understand that neither. Yeah, you know what it is about Lexi, Asia. The funny thing about it is, whenever anybody asks about Lexi, when it came to CJ, she was just a cook. She was just a maid. That's all she was. Oh yes, CJ is big mad at the house, but I don't know how he can sleep in that house. You literally kicked your daughter and your baby mama, who you claim is your favorite baby mama. You kicked her to the curb. You gave her D-Lo old car that wasn't even paid off. See, one thing I gotta agree, like, I don't always agree with Badman Kevo, but one thing I do gotta say. Badman Kevo said you bought your baby mama at the time when he was with Royalty. He bought her that weak ass Hellcat. And the reason why people gonna say, but a Hellcat is good. That's a good thing. But with somebody that was making the amount of money that CJ So Cool was making, and that's supposed to be your lady, nah, that's not cool. That's not cool. Cause you could have literally did something else. The purpose, bro, was selfish as hell before he even got this. Oh yeah, this dude was jumping from women to women. And he says that he'll never date a woman with children, right? But every woman that he dated had kids. The girl that he moved to Vegas with originally had kids. What is he talking about? Like, the dude literally moved in with a woman that had kids already. And then when that girl kicked him to the curb because he was unstable, he went and put it, remember, this is out of his own mouth. He went and spent his last bit of dollars on an outfit. And then he tried to holler at Royalty's mom. Yeah, because he wanted Royalty's mom. And I believe he was trying to do some, I think he was on some, you see how he brought those two thoughts to the house when the kids was there. I believe he wanted Royalty and the mom at the same time, but that's another story. Make sure y'all hit that like button when y'all come in here. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. It's 164 y'all in here. 66 now, but 56. Make sure y'all hit that like button coming in. Shouldn't only be 29 likes. Should be way up than that. Make sure y'all spreading it so everybody can get this. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Only take a second, y'all. Just hit that little book right there. But it's crazy to me because he brought those two thoughts to the house with the kids there. And people didn't look at that crazy. That was on CJ So Cool side. What about the two women he brought over there? Would you bring two thoughts to your house when your kids is there? Would you bring two individuals to your home to have relations with them while your kids is there, some strangers? Like, hey, at the end of the day, it's up to you, bro. I don't have nothing to do with it. Because you know what's funny? They say, hey, right? Explain yourself. An individual that never took care of his grandmother, let her live in a shitty home when he has millions. Now watch somebody say, oh, but that was her choice. I would never give my grandma the choice if she stayed in a house that looked like that, kitchen full of cats, dogs, feces everywhere. I would have just handed her keys to a home. I'll say, here you go, grandma, this is your house. This is your new house. I already bought it. It's already paid for. Just go to your home. But now, you know what he do? He exploit his grandmother's home that he grew up in because he knew it didn't look good for views. And you mean to tell me that's some hater stuff? What are you talking about? Why would you put that for everybody to see? Look, being on YouTube ain't no different than playing a sport. It ain't no different than watching NBA players and watching NFL players. You know why? Because it's broadcast to the world and you can make your opinion about that player. You can say that player is trash. They garbage. It's just like Bronny James right now. Bronny James in the league because of nepotism. But you can say what you want to say about how they play because remember, they choose to be on TV. Just like you choose to have a YouTube channel. Everybody gonna have an opinion. Yeah, they found a dead cat in his granny's bed. That shit was wild though. They found a dead cat in the bed. And you mean to tell me you gonna let your grandma convince you, oh, it's okay, baby, I don't need no home? Yeah, right. But I'm a hater, right? Yeah, I'm a hater, right? And somebody said giving voodoo. At the end of the day, his brother Kenneth messed with them damn tarot cards. And he talking about some, I pulled the death card that proved that the kids and Royalty was the ones that did the shooting. But the detectives and everybody else found out that Royalty and the kids had nothing to do with it because their ass would have been arrested. So what are you talking about? So at the end of the day, when you talk about a hater, I would never let my brothers and sisters struggle if I had that amount of money. Are you out of your mind? But you know what's funny? When he falls off, remember when he's falling off now, he blamed, oh, Royalty didn't want y'all around. Royalty didn't da-da-da. But then when you watch the videos, you realize he didn't even see Kenneth as his brother. He said, man, you need to make yourself look better to be my brother. This dude is carnal as hell. You need to make yourself look better to be my brother. This dude is superficial as hell. Why would you tell your brother that? Look better, go to the gym, and then I will call you my brother. Come on, make that shit make sense, man. Yeah, Kenneth is a straight up joke, man. And it's so sad to me because Kenneth would do anything to get in his good graces. He'll do anything to make CJ accept him into his life. But let me tell you what his brother would never do for him. No matter how many times you try to allow your kids to come over to his house, he tried to do the casting couch with Kamari. And Kamari, I thought that he genuinely wanted his daughter up there when he lost the So Cool kids. But he did not want Kamari up there for real. It was all a scam. He lied about that damn Mercedes with Nike. And people say, why would you tell your baby mama, oh, you got a new truck? That truck was a damn rental. Come on now. The truck was a rental, but I'm hating, right? The truck was a damn rental. Oh, I got a new car. Watch that video again. You know what? Since people want to always say, oh, yeah, hate on. All right, I'm going to post a video when Nike was over there getting the new keys to the rental that he up here lying to her, talking about something, oh, this your new truck. And then he did the same thing with Kamari, talking about something, oh, I got you a car. You ain't going to be able to drive it yet, though. Yeah, right. She takes no accountability for anything. Exactly. He takes no accountability. She did bake. And at the end of the day, when you look at how he did Bake 100, that should let you know who's a real fucking hater. CJ should let you know who's a real hater. Because Bake 100 is like one of the, like, just from the outside looking in, I don't know him personally, but just looking from the outside looking in, using deductive reasoning, I can see that Bake is a stand-up guy. Because he didn't say nothing about this dude for 2 years. You mean to tell me you in a club that you promote, that you work at, and CJ on 32s is there, which you're using his name. Remember, Bake uses CJ on 32's name, which CJ on 32's allows him to do, which is a good thing because it brings more promotion. And then Royalty comes to that club, and CJ on 32's literally met Royalty and CJ So Cool at the same time. At the same time, he has literally ate dinner with them multiple times, stayed in their house for many days. I'm talking about even been out with Royalty, with just him and Royalty. That has happened before. And literally, you mean to tell me you gonna turn around and claim that CJ on 32 did something with Royalty? That is wild to me. You talking about a hater. You talking about a hater. And I know y'all seen my video when I even showed you what Bake said. Bake's little brother died, passed away, died. And CJ didn't even come to the damn funeral. But everybody else is a hater? Hey, how you doing, Reevy? Now, at the end of the day, you mean to tell me that Bake's little brother died and CJ didn't go to the funeral? And you knew this guy over 20 years. I didn't even know that CJ So Cool slept on Bake's couch when he had nowhere to go. I didn't even know that until Bake actually came out and did the video. Because Bake is kind of humble. He don't want to, brag about doing things for people. KKRS. I've been watching CJ So Cool for years. He meets on Thursday back when he lived. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And remember one thing, he keeps saying he made men. Let me say something that is wild to say to somebody. Make sure y'all hitting the like button. Make sure y'all subscribing when y'all in here, man. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, y'all. There's 150 some people in here. Only 42 likes coming, y'all. Hit the like button. Now, at the end of the day, let me tell you something. Whatever your name is, Luke, like you watch anime. Let me tell you something. When somebody has the ability to take care of their entire family, and you allow your grandmama to stay in a shitty home, you allow your kid to stay in Gary, Indiana, when she was up there with you, and you claim that she was doing better. You claim that she was literally having, a whole better morale when it came down to ethics, right? But you will send her back to a place where her morale drops and her countenance is falling, and in that same place where she was twerking when she was like 11 years old at a party? And that's what you're talking about? A place where a father cannot be hands-on with his daughter and do proper parenting? Isn't that do as I say is do as I do? Because kids are impressionable. So what are you talking about? Kids are impressionable. What they see is what they do. It's not all you can tell your kid all day. Oh, don't do this. Don't go to parties. Don't do. But they see their mama leaving out to the club every Saturday, every Friday. You know what their daughter gonna do? That's gonna be in their subconscious mind, and they gonna end up enacting that same event when they get older. So you got to understand something. It's all about views for him, exactly. So when you look at it for real, pay attention to the truth. If you had that amount of money that CJ So Cool had at one point in time, would your family not be taken care of? Would your mother not be taken care of? Would your grandma not be taken care of? Would your brothers and sisters have to work? Would your brothers and sisters have to work? Because if you telling me that this dude had millions of dollars over the course of, I think, 9 years on YouTube being successful, and your brothers and your family look like they ain't got literally nothing. And let me tell you what's funny about a lot of people out there, right? They keep talking about kids and all this shit, right? I know you got rappers out there that didn't even make that kind of money, because the YouTubers making more money than rappers right now. You mean to tell me you got rappers paying child support to women, paying $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month to women that they only dealt with a few times? They got no chemistry with. They didn't build nothing with. They literally paid them $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. And you mean to tell me CJ being the father of those kids for all those years and them breaking up, you mean to tell me he couldn't at least pay royalty so his kids, when the twins leave him and go to royalty's house, they ain't gotta suffer? People that actually make money, see, this is the funny thing. When you look at these celebrities like Future and all these other people that got multiple baby mamas, right? You never hear they baby mamas saying they kids' shoes is too tight on the back of their heel. You never hear them say they kids don't got no clothes. You never hear these rappers that don't even make the amount of money a lot of these YouTubers make saying that they kids when they go to their mama house. Because you know why? These men understand that when my kids go to their mom house, I want them taken care of over there as well. I want my kid, when they go to their mom house, if their mom is struggling, I'm not going to let them leave my house that makes them feel comfortable, that makes them feel great. Go to a place where they feel like shit. No, I will still send her $3,000 a month. Wait a minute. So he can pay $1,000 on the dinner date with Lexi, but he can't send the mother of his child $1,000 a month? But I'm a hater, right? Y'all, man, get out of here, bro. Y'all make a lot of sense sometimes. You can tell a lot of people don't use common sense. And understand something. I don't pontificate. I'm very concise when I speak, and I'm not biased. And let me tell you something. I'm not going to come from an angle where you're not going to understand it, because I'm going to break it down factually. That's one thing people have to understand. All that nonsense that people want to run. Oh, you sound like a... Think about it one moment. You know why? You blinded. Blinded by the dude. They looking at CJ So Cool. You want to be the dude. You want to be a person that was on top and go broke, right? You want to be a person that talks about God and gambles, right? You want to be a person that will blame a shooting on children, that when they go to school, other kids can traumatize them, right? You want to be a person that allow his grandma to live in a house full of cats and feces, but then say, oh, I tried to buy the house, she don't want to leave. What kind of individual are you? Get the, man, let me tell you something. A lot of people, y'all so fanned out, y'all can't even see clear. It's the blind leading the blind, bro. Blind leading the fucking blind, bro. But y'all already know what time it is. Like I said before, I appreciate all the love and everybody that actually has common sense, that come into the live, that know what the hell I'm talking about and able to comprehend it. I appreciate y'all. And let me tell you something. At the end of the day, I never wanted to see somebody fall. I actually thought, remember my kids, let me give y'all a little something. The reason why I even knew about CJ So Cool at one point was my kids used to watch him. And then when my kids watched him, I actually thought he was a decent dude. I actually liked what he was doing with the kids. But let me tell you something. A lot of people's true colors don't come out until they're put into a compromising position. The Bible always states when persecution and affliction arise, a lot of people gonna fall, they gonna stumble. A lot of people gonna fall and stumble. And CJ the type of individual that he blames it on everyone else except himself. He never takes accountability. Understand that. But I appreciate y'all. Y'all already know more videos coming soon. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you have not. Y'all already know it's B4 Reacts. I'm gonna go ahead and end the live. Y'all already know I'm up.